All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another Invest in Your Future podcast. Officially back, bringing it back every Sunday now. So, unless things change, unless people make some suggestions, we will be going Sunday. It's like 7 p.m. is actually a comfortable time for most people because most times people are actually available at this time because that's when they can pick up the knowledge and um, be able to soak it up and be able to hopefully change their week and invest in their future by taking accountability and showing up every single week. Listen, I want to give a big shout out to a gentleman named John. He actually came out to and asked for coaching from me once he saw the last live, which I released the tickets for Invest in Your Future 2024 real estate conference. He saw the value I added, and he came through and said, "Listen, hey, how can I get coaching? How can I get some coaching from you, Coach Kenny?" And I said, "Absolutely. Let's let my team reach out to you and be able to hopefully help you with your journey in terms of real estate or business or credit or career-wise." So shout out to John for taking the initiative and being able to do that for himself and be able to sign up. And if you're interested in coaching also, please reach out to us. I'll be putting a link in the description or the bio, wherever you've seen this. You can usually see Coach Kenny info session that you can get together. We can get together for about a half hour to an hour, depending on your situation, depending on where you are, and we can help you with helping you get on track, so that way you can invest in your future the right way. A lot of people say, Coach Kenny, what's actually investing in your future mean? And I'm going to go through that a little bit, but the biggest things I want you to understand is there's people out here that are willing to help you. There's a lot of people out here that are willing to help you, and you just have to take advantage of it. That's really what it comes down to. A lot of people feel like they're lost. A lot of people feel like they can't have no help in terms of how to succeed and improve their lives. So one thing I tell them is, listen, if you need a coach, and it doesn't have to be me specifically, but if you need a coach, I have a pretty big network. I have a pretty big, pretty much international in terms of what we can do for you to help you, improve your life. And that comes down to just taking the initiative and being able to say, listen, hey, I need some help in this. I need some help in that. And it's just about taking your ego down a little bit and saying, listen, I can't do everything. I don't know everything. So just help me out with this situation. And you might know a lot of things, but you just might not know about credit. You might not know about real estate. You might not know about how to get financing. You might not know how to improve your personal development. You might not know how to improve your relationships. All these things I can help you with. But the biggest thing is you have to be humble enough to say, listen, I don't know what I don't know. And it's really tough for a person, especially a man, to say that. And it's really, you got to be humble. And to be honest, I've gone to so many people and say, listen, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to run a business properly. And I asked for coaching. Or a couple things I did was, and this is things you could do for yourself, is I just said, I'm going to work for free. I'll work for you for free. It doesn't bother me at all. I'll work around my schedule to learn from you, because let's say you're 10, 15, 20 years ahead of me, and I need to learn from you. So if you don't want to, if I can't pay you, or I can't get coaching from you or something like that, then I'll work for free. I'll hang around you. And that's one thing that's really helped me a lot. So today, I want to talk about the 12 wealth principles I've learned from so many people that are doing really, really well. And I want you guys kind of learn from this. Get your notes and paper, get your pen and paper together, and be able to learn from these principles, because these things will really help you, guide you in terms of how you can really succeed and be able to improve your life by taking accountability for yourself and writing these things down. Listen, I wish that I knew these things maybe 15, 20 years ago. 15, 20 years ago, if I knew these things, I think I'd be in such a different bracket in terms of income, in terms of where I am personally, in terms of where I am financially. So one thing I want you guys to understand is that when you are trying to figure out yourself and trying to really understand yourself, you need to understand there's some people out there that just know some more things that you don't know. And the way you learn from them is by asking them, by getting coaching from them, by saying, listen, hey, I don't know what I don't know. So help me. Help me improve my life. Help me improve my situation. Help me improve my credit. Help me improve my financial situation. Help me get into real estate. I've helped hundreds and thousands of probably people get into real estate. And this comes down to just me knowing what I know and being able to exude that and teach people that and be able to hopefully get the same results that I got. I have no issue with giving people free advice, but the biggest thing is understand is when people get free advice, most of the times they don't take it serious. So that's why we're doing the conference, the Investing in Your Future 2024 conference. Tickets will be in the link. Just click the link wherever you're listening to this and um, be able to understand that these things are there to help you. They're there to help you so that way you can improve your life and hopefully get into your first real estate deal, or maybe get into your second real estate deal, or just learn about ways you can start a real estate investing business. These are all things that you can really help you to improve your life. And the reason I tell you these things is because I want you to understand these things are available to you. So the real estate conference tickets are available. Early bird special. It's $100 for the tickets. It's usually $250 for regular admission and $350 for VIP. You feel like you're VIP, you can definitely sign up for that. I appreciate if you do that. We've had so many people buy tickets already, but the early bird special is still going on. There's only a limited amount of tickets, and then it's going to automatically click off to the 250 and 350. So if you take advantage of this, you can get a chance to really get around people who are high net worth individuals. I'm bringing, like I said, real estate attorneys. I'm bringing people who are in construction, people who are lenders, so you can understand how you get a loan, how to qualify, people who are in credit, people who are own business owners, people who are entrepreneurs. Obviously, I'm going to be speaking. So understand there's going to be a wealth of knowledge for that $100 that you can use to improve your life. So understand that these things are really going to help you if you take advantage of them and be able to change your life. All right. So, and if please, if wherever you are, we're able to listen to this, please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Please let the world know what's going on. Every Sunday, 7 p.m. Investing Future podcast will be on, and I'll be able to hopefully help you guys. If you have questions, please post your comments and your questions here so I can be able to answer your questions about money, real estate, credit, investing, those kind of things. And also, if you have any friends who want to join, please share and like and comment. We appreciate that. All right. All right. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. The 12 principles of wealth. Now, this comes down to really things that you should be knowing, or things I should have learned earlier, and things you should have learned earlier, but we didn't. We didn't learn these things. They don't teach these things in school. They don't teach these things in high school, middle school, college. They don't even teach these things. Even if you go to high level MBA, they don't teach these things. So these are kind of the most important things that I've learned from millionaires and billionaires in terms of what they do and how they interact and be able to, you know, make tons and tons and tons of money. All right. It comes down to these 12 principles, and get a pen and paper and write these down. If you need to rewatch this live again, it'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Facebook, Coach Kenny. It'll also be on my Instagram, Coach Kenny. Just find it and just rewatch it and share it around. All right. So first principle, the first principle of wealth generation, of building wealth, comes down to this. And this sounds so simple, but a lot of people don't really understand it. Compound interest. Compound interest. Now, people say, "Oh yeah, no, Coach Honey, I know compound interest." No, you don't know compound interest, because if you knew compound interest, you would be taking advantage of it. And understand, there's two ways to understand this. You either pay compound interest by having high debt in terms of credit cards, or you take advantage and you have compound interest paying you. I'll suggest as a coach to tell you, listen, you need to quickly find out ways to be able to have compound interest work for you. So it comes down to this. For every dollar you invest in whatever you're investing in, I don't care if it's stocks, I don't care if it's real estate, whatever it is, You want that money to compound. So instead of $1 next month, it should be $1.10. A month after that, instead of $1.10, it should be $1.30. And this could be obviously on large levels of money and small amounts of money. But understand the principle of compound interest. You want your money to earn money on top of itself consistently every single day, every single week, every single month. It's compound interest. It's one of the most, it's one of probably number one principle when it comes to wealth generation. Most people don't understand this and don't take advantage of it. They just think, oh, I only have $5 and I can't really take advantage of compound interest. No, if you started investing $5 10, 20 years ago, you'd have thousands of dollars in your account. Plus, the compound interest would even add more and accelerate your growth of that money. All right. So understand compound interest, but doesn't just stop at compound interest. There's compound actions. There's compound equity. You buy a property, you put in equity or you put in some down payment, that equity can compound also. There's also compound resources. There's compound on almost every single part of your life. So you go to the gym, first you lift 5 pounds, then you lift 8 pounds, then you lift 12 pounds, then you lift 15 pounds. That's compound growth. Understand, same thing could happen with your money, same thing could happen with your muscles, same thing could happen with your credit, same thing could happen with your equity, same thing could happen with your real estate. So understand the concept and take full advantage of it. Compound interest, principal wealth number one. All right. So just add to what you have right now and try to increase it and speed it up if you can. All right. If you don't understand how to do it, reach out to us. We can help you. All right. Second principle of wealth building. Second principle is diversification. Now, listen, I'm not saying you need to be diversified in everything, but understand once you make a certain amount of money, you don't want to have everything in one basket. You don't, because now your risk, and we're going to talk about that later. I think that's principle number 6, risk adjustment. You need to make sure you adjust your risk for your money. So if you have $100,000 in one investment, or $1 million, or $10 million, you want to figure out, okay, how can I take 10, 20% off the table and put it somewhere else a little bit safer? All right. So diversify your investing, diversify your income streams, and also diversify your assets. All right. That's what you want to think about. Diversify the sectors you're in. So you maybe, let's say you have a business and it's a lumber business. Okay. Well, listen, lumber business, you want to figure out, okay, what else can I add that's kind of diversify from the lumber business? Okay, let me get into maybe the concrete business. Let me get into something else a little bit close to the industry that you're in, or where you're investing, or where you're working, or where your business is. But let me have some other side diversification away from the same business. So that way, if this business tanks, I'm not going from zero. I'm not going to bankruptcy. All right. So diversify the sectors you're in to different areas, and also diversify the regions you're in. So for me, I invest in about 6 different states. All right. I diversify my investing in terms of different areas. So that way, if there's a flood in Florida, all my properties are gone. I'm not back to zero bankruptcy. No, I have properties in Pennsylvania, so Northeast. I have some properties in Mass. I have properties in Texas. So these places are all diversified in terms of regions. So that's how you diversify your region, and also diversify markets. I'm in different markets. All right. I'm in great markets. I'm in middle class markets, and I'm even low markets. So I'm not saying you need to be in all those different markets, but just definitely diversify yourself so you have different areas where you have your investing. All right. And also I have different businesses. Right now I have 4 businesses running. So I have Invest in Your Future, which is the education company. Get the shirts, the merch. We got the merch coming out, and the link should be in the bio, also on my link tree. I also have Achilles Virtual Agency, which is a virtual staffing agency. I have Integrity Home Care Nursing Agency, which is we have home care, we have CNAs, we have PCAs and nurses and LPNs on staff. We help people in their homes. And also I have KGC Investment Group, which is the real estate investing company where we buy properties in different states. So those are different kind of businesses I'm working in, and I'm a CEO and founder of all of them. But the whole thing is I have different businesses that are working all the time. So that way I'm not just always worried about one business is going to run out, and next thing you know, if it goes down, I'm screwed. No, you want to diversify yourself that way. All right. So that's wealth principle number 2. Wealth principle number 3. All right. Wealth principle number 3, financial literacy. Financial literacy is very, very important. A lot of people don't understand what financial literacy means. I'm going to keep it very, very simple. All right. I'm going to keep it very, very simple. People heads turn off when I say financial literacy. Listen, it comes down to this. It comes down to income statement, profit and loss statement, and cash flow statement. If you don't know what those things are, contact us. We can help you send some. All right. And also understanding what a PFS is. PFS is personal financial statement. Personal financial statement is pretty much your report card on your finances. All right. When you go to the bank, they don't ask you what grade GPA was at Stanford or Harvard. They don't care. They care about your PFS, personal financial statements. And if you need help, I can send you one, a blank one, so you can fill it out and be able to see where you are. A PFS states where you are, sees how many stocks you have, what kind of real estate you have, what kind of equity you have, what kind of cash you have, where you are financially. And you should look at this every single month. Your business should have a PFS. Your household should have a PFS. Your whole every single piece of you should have a PFS, especially if there's money coming in and expenses going out. All right. So every single property I own has a PFS. And also understand every single property has an income statement. If you have a business, you should definitely have an income statement. Obviously, you should definitely have a P&L, and you should definitely have a cash flow statement. It gives you a perfect picture of your finances where you are. All right. Understand that. Don't play with financial literacy. Some of those things that can really help you. And if you don't understand it, please reach out to us. All right. So P&L, cash flow statement, and income statements. If you don't understand them, look up on YouTube, Google, whatever, and just understand these things, because these are one of the most wealth building principles you need to understand. If you don't know where your finances are, you could be in millions of dollars of debt and you don't even know because you're blind. Understand where you are. All right. All right. Wealth principle number 4. We got income streams. Income streams, income streams, income streams. Listen, income streams comes down to having at least 7 income streams. Now, I'm not saying you're going to start off with 7. Understand you need to start off with 1. I don't care if it's a job. Let's say you have a job, you're working as a doctor, a nurse, a physical therapist. You're working as an author. Whatever the income streams you have, first is have that first income stream, but then add another income stream next to it. So let's say you're good at making websites, doing graphics. Put yourself on Fiverr, put yourself on Upwork, and make some extra income on that way. Maybe you have a car that you can rent out on Turo. Maybe you have a car that you can drive as Uber or Lyft. Maybe you can start selling things on Craigslist. Maybe you can start doing something on the side, lawn care. If you're in a cold environment, maybe you can shovel some snow. Whatever you can do to find ways to add income to your bottom line, find it and do it. All right. So listen, and these income streams could be small, could be large, could be medium. Doesn't matter. It's an income stream. Don't take anything for granted. All right. Understand the point is having multiple income streams. Have at least 7. Multimillionaires have at least 7 streams of income. But first, get your first one. Make sure it's secure. Secure that. Not saying take your attention away, but just find ways to add multiple streams of income to it. That's why I always suggest people listen. Invest in real estate. All right. Invest in multi-family real estate, because what you're doing is you're buying income streams. You're buying multiple income streams at the one time. So that helps you really diversify yourself and build that income streams that you could build up to. All right. That's wealth building and principle number 4. All right. All right. Wealth principle number 5. Like I said, if you have questions, please ask the questions so we can really help you out. And also maybe you need me to verify each one of them or figure out ways to help you on these. All right. Wealth principle number 5. This comes down to basics. All right. Spend less than you make. All right. Spend less than you make. So you make $100, you make $100,000, you make $1 million. If you spend more than you make, you'll always be broke. You'll always be poor. You'll always be struggling. It's that simple. It's a principle, because what it means is if you don't follow it, that means you're going to be in a serious situation where you cannot survive. That's why it's a principle. Spend less than you make. So if you make $10 an hour, just an example. All right. Let's say you make $10 an hour. You work 40 hours a week. That's $400 a week. All right. Let's just say after tax, you make $400. You need to figure out ways to make sure you never spend more than $400. You need to take $100 off the top and put it on the side. Never, ever spend more than you make. Ever, 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 ever. Which means you're going to find ways to get yourself in debt if you do that, because something happens. Emergencies happen. Situations happen. Money runs short. Your employer might go out. You might get fired. You never know what's going to happen. So understand, you never, ever spend more than you make. And this comes down to this. I suggest, as a coach, when I'm coaching people up, listen, spend only 60% of what you make. 60%. All right. Take 40% off the top and save that, invest that, flip that, do whatever you need to do, but save 40% and spend only 60%. That's what millionaires do. That's what billionaires do. That's how they build generational wealth. They only spend 40%. I'm sorry, they only spend 60% of what they make and they save the rest. All right. Spend less than you make. That's principle number 6. Sorry, number 5. All right. Principle number 6. Invest in what you know. All right. Invest in what you know. Listen, I see guys all the time come to me. Hey, coach, what do you think about crypto? Hey, coach, what do you think about this? Hey, coach, I want to flip websites now. A guy came up to me and said, I want to flip websites. Hey, coach, I want to build a drink line. Hey, coach, I want to start a gym. I want to start personal training. Okay. I asked a simple question. Listen, have you done that before? No. Okay, then how you know you're going to make money on that? Because somebody else told you that? Do not do that. Invest in what you know. All right. Invest in what you know. Only what you know. Understand your competence. Understand where you are, because if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get screwed and you're going to lose your money. It's that simple. So don't invest in something that you don't know, not aware about. If you don't know crypto, listen, don't invest in crypto. If you don't know real estate, do not get in real estate. Invest in what you know. All right. And if you don't know something, either pay somebody, a coach, or find a mentor, or work for free, or work in the business that you want to invest in. All right. Work in there, understand the ups and downs, the negatives, the positives. Understand those things so you can figure out ways to make sure you can make money in that thing that you want to invest in. So only invest in things you know. All right. Get a mentor, get a coach, sign up, come to seminar, come to conferences, come to workshops. We'll help you with that. But only invest in things you know. All right. Wealth principle number 6. All right. Wealth principle number 7. Almost halfway through here. This is risk management. All right. Risk management. Understand. So you're going to invest in something, whatever you're going to invest in. You want to make sure you understand the risk of it. All right. You have to understand, what can make me go to zero. All right. What can make me go to zero? If I'm investing in something, whatever I'm investing in, what I want to do, we call it asymmetric returns. What I want is I want to invest $1 to get 5 out. All right. I want to invest 1 to get 5. So it could be $1 to get 5, could be 100 to get 500, could be 1,000 to get 5,000, could be 10,000 to get 50,000, could be 100,000 to get 500,000. That's how I want you guys to think about investing. All right. You want to think like that, because what I could do now is, let's say I lose the first $1. All right. Let's say I lose the second $1. Let's say I lose the third $1. For me, I'm okay with it because I know what my risk is, because all it takes is 1 hit to win to get my 5. Understand the concept here. Right? It's a concept. You never want to risk 1 to get 1. That's not worth it. All right. You want to make sure you understand where your risk is. Risk management. All right. That's why every single bank, they have a risk management department. They figure out how this person can pay their loan, what's their credit like, what's their possibility to pay back these loans, because they're doing the risk analysis of what is the principle of risk management, which is, hey, are we going to get our money back? Are we going to get our interest back? Are we going to get the house if they lose the house? All these things are risk adjusted. So understand, you need to understand how risk works. All right. So whatever you're investing in, you want 1 for 5. All right. Understand that concept. 1 for 5. So 1 to get 5, 10 to get 50, 10,000 get 50,000, 100,000 get 500,000, 1 million get 5 million. That's how the rich and the wealthy work, and how they invest, and how they think about risk. All right. So that's wealth principle number 7, risk management. All right. All right. Number 8. Hope you guys loving this. I hope you like it. All right. Please like, comment, put your thumbs up if you like it, if you're into it, if you're interested, and please be taking notes. All right. All right. Number 8, long-term planning. Long-term planning. Understand the concept. Listen, most people are thinking short-term. Short-term, I want to make my money flip within 2 months, or a week. How can I make this? No, understand. You should have a plan of, listen. You should have, first of all, a 6-month plan, a 12-month plan, a 24-month plan, 48-month plan, 10-year plan, 20-year plan. All right, let me repeat that. If you're thinking about this wealth principle number 8, you need to have long-term planning. So you need to have a 6-month plan of what you want to achieve in 6 months, in 12 months, in 24 months or 2 years, in 48 months, in 10 years, and then 20 years. Why? What this does is it helps you build steps on how to get there. All right. If you don't have any plan of where you want to be 6 months from now, guess where you're going to be? Most likely in the same place. All right. So for me, I always have a 6 month, 12 month, 40, 12, 24 month, 48 month, 10 year, and 20 year. All right. Understand that's the game plan you want to, that's the goal plan you should have. And also game plan, because then you have certain goals and metrics you want to hit. And if you don't hit them, it's okay. But at least you have a plan. Say, listen, you know what? In 6 months, I want to own 100 houses or whatever it is. I want to own, a Turo car. I want to own a business, whatever it is. Okay, now what? Now you reverse and say, okay, how can I get there? What are the steps I'm going to get there? What's my credit look like? What do I need to do to get there that in 6 months? All right. And then what you do is you just work on that plan. It's that simple. All right. But have long-term planning. Every multi-millionaire I know, I don't know too many billion, I only know one, but everyone I read about and study is they plan for long time, man. Long term. Listen, every business in Japan, right? I read about this. Every business in Japan has 100-year business plan. 100 years. Every single business in Japan, because they think long term. They don't think about, oh, I want to make money now, I want to make money today, which is great. Nothing wrong with that. That could be a week plan, a two-week plan, whatever. But you should have a 6 month plan. Like, hey, listen, in 6 months, I want to have 50,000 in the bank. Hey, 12 months from now, I should have $1 million in the bank. Hey, 10 years from now, I should have a house in Barbados, a house in Cali, a house in Florida. That way you can figure out where you want to go. Because if you don't have a plan, you don't know where you're going to go, you're going to stay in the same place. So long-term planning, all right? That's wealth principle number 8. All right. All right, number 9. We're almost here. Got a couple more to go. All right. Please like and give thumbs up if you like this stuff. If you enjoy it. Even if you don't enjoy it, tell me, hey, Coach Kenny, that sucked. And that way I can make some adjustments. All right. All right. All right. Number 9. Self-investment. All right. Self-investment. Understand, life is never a straight line. All right. Nothing's ever straight. So if you have a plant outside, a tree, a shrub, a grass, either it's growing or dying. All right. When even yourself, you're either getting older, which means you're dying. So that means you're either improving or decreasing in improvement. All right. Either whatever it is, you could be a basketball player. Hey, either you're getting better at basketball or getting worse at basketball. You're either becoming a better writer or a worse writer. You're either becoming a better speaker or a worse speaker. You're either improving your health or decreasing your health. So understand, there's never a straight line. Life is never ever a straight line. So understand that concept when it comes to also money and wealth generation. Either improving your wealth or decreasing your wealth. Either improving your credit or decreasing your credit. So understand this concept of personal development and self-improvement. All right, self-investment. The way you can self-invest in yourself is, like I said, I always tell people all the time: read a book, grab a book and read it. That could even a bad book is better than no reading. I'm saying, all right. Find a podcast you like, listen to it while you drive. That could be improving yourself. Come to the conference, Invest in Your Future 2024 conference. That's the way you can improve yourself. Personal development, improve your health. So, make sure you drink enough water, breathe, stretch, work out, run a little bit, walk a little bit more, get outside, get some sun, get some nature. That's improving your health. All right. Work on your mental, meditate a little bit. Those are ways you can improve your life and make sure you're going on the upper level instead of going down. All right. Limit the smoking, limit the drinking, limit the partying, get some good sleep. These are ways you can improve your life. But understand, most people are not doing those things because they think, oh, it's only one day. No, but remember that first concept we talked about, compounding. Things compound over and over again, and things compound real quickly. So understand, you're either improving or decreasing. So you want to be always on the trajectory of increasing yourself. All right. So increase yourself by investing yourself. So if you don't have the money, go to the library. If you don't have the car, figure out walk. If you don't have a bike or can't go to the gym, figure out ways you can work out at home. Find a yoga online on YouTube and just do a yoga routine. There's ways you can improve yourself without having to pay for it. All right. So don't make that an excuse. All right. So number 9, wealth principle is always self-improvement. All right. All right. Let's see here. We're here almost at the end. All right. Number 10, wealth principle number 10. Asset location. All right. Asset allocation. What this means is you want to be able to have different kind of assets. All right. Different kind of assets. The first asset I always suggest to people is have real estate. So I hence Investing Future 2024 real estate conference. All right. And teach people how to get into real estate. Real estate is the number one asset you should have, but that's not the only one you should have. All right. You should definitely have some bonds. All right. You should definitely have some stocks. All right. We should definitely have some crypto. Why? Because what this does is it gives me different assets I can look at and learn from. All right. I'm not saying spend all your life savings in crypto. Have a little bit, learn a bit, learn a little bit about blockchain, learn about Ethereum, learn about all these different things to be able to hopefully diversify and get your asset allocation right. All right. Now, also look into cash flowing assets. That could be businesses, that could be real estate, that could be self storage, that could be mobile home parks, that can be a business that you can buy. Understand there's different ways to allocate your assets so you have all these different kind of assets working for you consistently. All right. But asset allocation, which means it's pretty much you're saying, okay, for me, I always use myself because that's what I like to it's easier for me to remember. Most of my assets are in real estate. That's where most of my assets are. But then I have some stocks. Then I have some bonds. All right. Now I'm doing levels because I'm saying, okay, most of my money's in real estate. Then I have a little bit in bonds. Then I have a little bit in stocks. Then I have a bunch of other businesses that can do things for me. So all my assets are in different allocated in terms of how I spread my wealth around and be able to have all these things going at the same time. All right. So asset allocation, understand where you are and look at yourself. If you own some real estate, how much is the real estate worth? How much equity do you have in there? If you have some stocks, look at how many stocks you have. What businesses are they in? Are they growing? If you have bonds, what's the interest rate on that bond? If you have businesses, what kind of income are they bringing in? Understand these things. All right. That's the asset allocation. Figure out what is happening with your assets. All right. All right. Well, the building principle number 11, patience and discipline. Patience and discipline. This almost comes down to understanding long-term planning. All right. You have to have patience. You have to have discipline. When it comes down to patience and discipline, it comes down to this. You have to stick to things. You have to stick to things for at least a period of time. A period of time. All right. Don't quit on things so quickly. All right. Don't quit on things so quickly. All right. Give it some time to mature. If you plant a seed, let's say it's a business or a book or something like that, say, oh, I'm not getting results, I'm going to switch up something else. No, give it some time. If you plant a seed in the ground and 2 weeks later you're digging up saying, where's the results? You're not going to see anything because you haven't given it the time. You don't have the patience. You don't have the discipline. Listen, discipline is doing things that you don't like to do. They just need to be done. Discipline. All right. Doesn't mean it's fun. Doesn't mean you enjoy it. It just needs to be done. And that means you're disciplined. All right. Patience. Patience, which means you can actually refer your gratification for later. All right. Listen, I can afford almost anything I want, but I wait. I just wait a little bit longer. All right. I start a business, doesn't make money the first month. I wait. I give it some time. Let it mature. Let it work. Let it work a little bit more. All right. Don't be so rushed to get. I know we live in a society right now where I want things now. Listen, I'm the same way too. I want things now. I tell my employees I want things now. Speed is quick. Yes. But sometimes you have to say, listen, I need patience and I need discipline. All right. That's why the Army teaches patience and discipline. To be a great business owner, you need patience and discipline. To be a great parent, if you have kids, patience and discipline. If you anything you want in life comes from patience and discipline. All right. And that's all it comes down to, sticking to the plan. Stick to it for a little bit longer than you think. All right. Your capacity to stick with things should be absolutely one of the most important parts of life and personal developments. All right. Patience and discipline. Understand that. All right. All right. Last but not least here, wealth principle number 12, adaptability. Adaptability. All right. Adaptability. Listen, you have to be flexible. All right. You have to be flexible. You're saying, Coach Ken, you just told me be patient and stick with things for a long time. Yes. Yes, you have to be patient and disciplined, but also you have to be adaptable. Listen, any creature, any animal that's currently living had to adapt to the weather, to the environment, to its enemies, to things that want to eat it, to how to get food. You need to adapt. So if you move to a different country, you need to find ways to adapt. You need to learn the language. You need to find a place to stay. You need to find the food. Like, you need to adapt. So anything that comes to your life, you figure out ways to adapt. I'm not saying you have to change fully, but you need to be adapt. and learn from it. All right. So when crypto first came out, what, 2006, whatever it was, I don't know how long ago it was, 2003, even longer maybe. I was very skeptical. I was like, what? Digital? What's this mean? Like, it means people are going to steal your stuff? No. Listen, I had to learn from it. I had to be adaptable and say, listen, okay, this is a new way that things are going on. I should look into it. So I looked into blockchain. I looked into, Ethereum. I looked into all these different things of crypto, and I was adaptable. And I was like, okay, listen, I need to figure out ways this thing's going to work. Right? I need to figure out ways to own some crypto. Be adaptable to the environment. Things are changing constantly. The only thing that we know that is always constant is change. All right, change is always happening. So if you can't change, you're gonna be living back in the 80s, 90s. You're gonna be lost. You're gonna be poor and you're gonna be lost. So adaptability. All right, be flexible with your plan. All right, be willing to learn and adjust, make adjustments if you need to, make pivots if you need to in your business. If your customer's not paying on time, figure out a pivot. If your business is not working well, figure out a pivot, but stick with it. All right. Adaptability is huge. It's huge, 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 and it's really helped a lot of people. All right. So those are the 12 wealth building principles that you should follow. All right. If you need to rewatch this again, please rewatch it. It's very, very important that you take these notes and understand these things. And if you can't do all of them, just take 2 or 3 and start adding them to your life. But have a note of all of them so you can understand where you are and say, okay, am I looking at my assets? Am I investing in what I know? Am I spending less than I make? Am I patient and disciplined? Am I doing any kind of self-improvement in terms of my health and my money and my finances? Do I know financial literacy? And how am I taking advantage of compound interest? Like, understand these things. Do I have multiple streams of income? These are things you should be asking yourself every single day. And that way you can figure out, am I making improvements in my life? And if you follow these principles, I guarantee it. I give myself, let's say, a year. All right. Take these principles and integrate them into your life. All right. Take one principle, add it in for a month, and work on it. Work on it. Work on it. Once you mastered it and worked on it, next principle, take it for next month. So think about 12 principles, 12 months in the year, you'll be a totally different person. All right. So that's what I suggest these guys to take advantage of and understand these concepts. And really, they've helped me. They've helped hundreds of people, thousands of people. I've coached so many people on how to do them and how to add them and implement them in their lives. All right. So those are 12 principles of wealth building. All right. So guys, thanks again for joining me every Sunday here, 7 p.m. Listen, if you enjoyed it, please like, please comment, please subscribe, please share it. And if you know anybody else who's interested in our coaching or the conference, please come to our conference. We're coming. Invest in Your Future 2024 Real Estate Conference. We're having so many speakers. We're having so many people come out and learn from us and hopefully change their life also. We'll be maybe going deep dive into these principles so you can really understand what's going on and how you can really improve your life. A lot of people feel stuck because they don't know what to do. These are principles you should follow. And I give out so much free content. I have a YouTube. I have a podcast. I have a Twitter. I have a TikTok. I haven't been active on it, but I need to get back into activity on that, get my team on that. I have my Instagram. All of it is most likely Coach Kenny or Coach Ken, or just search Coach Kenny. You'll see me. So I have a book. I have, like I said, I have all these things to give out and give you guys to help you guys improve your life, improve your finances. So take full advantage of them. All right, guys, thanks again. Let me see if I have some questions here before I leave to answer any questions here. Let's see what we got here. All right, Coach Ken, what's the hardest part of your day? It's a great question. Hardest part of my day, I would say the hardest part of my day. Great question. I think the hardest part of my day is the morning. The morning is probably tough. Morning's tough because sometimes I don't want to wake up at 5 in the morning. The bed's comfortable, you're warm, it's really tough, especially if it's cold outside, because I have to go to the gym and work out. It's really, really tough to get up in the morning. But that comes down to patience and discipline. All right, I'm a disciplined person, so it comes down to discipline. If you don't understand what discipline is, wake up at 5 in the morning. Start waking up at 5 in the morning. That'll show you what discipline is. All right. Let's see here. Instagram. We got this one on Facebook. All right, let's take this one on Facebook. All right. Coach Kenny, I have issues with financial literacy. How can I start learning about financial literacy? Great. First of all, like you taking the time to understand that you have an issue with that. So that's really recognize that and understand that. That's really a good way to learn. First of all, is hey, I have an issue with learning these things. What I suggest is first of all, contact us so we can help you with some coaching. But if you're low on funds, just start searching. Start searching Google. Hey, listen, what's an income statement? Google what's a P&L, profit and loss statement, what's a cash flow statement, and watch a couple of videos, learn from them, and then start doing it in your life. Write an income statement for your life. So find out how much income am I bringing in, how many expenses do I have, what kind of assets do I have, what kind of liabilities I have, and then start seeing yourself, and then start keep it on file, keep it in your phone, update it, or maybe keep an Excel sheet in your laptop. Just figure out ways to keep your eyes on it and keep yourself learning. All right, that's what I suggest. All right, Coach Kenny, I want to add another stream of income. I'm currently driving Uber. How can I add another income stream? All right, great. So you're driving Uber. That's one income stream. All right, I don't know how much you're making. Hope you're making some decent money. But so let's say you're driving Uber. All right. Now the way you can add income stream, I never say do something totally different, like brand new. What I suggest is add to what you have. So let's say in your Uber, right? Maybe you have some gum. Maybe you start selling some gum in your Uber. Maybe you start advertising on your car. Put some ads on your car. That could be an income stream on adding to yourself. All right. Maybe you can figure out ways. Okay, maybe I could book better trips, like let's say weddings and parties, or maybe I get a better car, or maybe I buy another car and have somebody else drive it. That could be another income stream. All right. So figure out, you could just have to sit down and think about how can I add multiple income streams to my current business. You drive Uber. Okay, that's great. That's you driving. Okay. How can I maybe sell the people I see in the back? Maybe how can I add marketing to my car? How can I buy another car and put it on Turo or Uber or Lyft? How can I figure out, just start thinking creatively in terms of what you win and just find ways to add income streams. That's what I suggest. All right. All right. All right. Let's see this here on this one on YouTube. Hey, Coach Kenny, great. Hey, Coach Kenny, great principles. I love the content. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. Let's see here on Instagram. What? I already read that one. Let's see this one over here. All right. Going live. Yes, we're going to be going live every Sunday, 7 p.m. Seems like the time is comfortable for most people. It's comfortable for me. Unless something comes up, most times, Sunday, 7 p.m., we'll be live. Coach Kenny, what is the name of your podcast? Can anybody tell me what the podcast name is? Just guess what the name is. Yep, the podcast is called Invest in Your Future. All right. So Invest in Your Future, just search it. We're on almost every platform. Just search it. We have to get all the recent episodes up. We have not put them up yet because I have to extract the audio and then edit it, make sure take all the bad stuff out that they don't like. Maybe compress a little bit more so that way it's not too long, and then be able to put it up there. All right. Cool. All right. One more question. I'm out of here. I'm starving. I gotta get something to eat. All right. Coach Kenny, how come you have multiple businesses in different industries? Well, we talked about this. All right. Principle number 2, diversification. All right. Never rely on one income stream. Never rely on one market or one region or one business. All right. Always have to have diversification. That's why I have multiple businesses. All right. So listen to those principles again. If you need to go rewind, principle number 2, diversification. All right. Understand that's very, very important and really help you. All right. All right, guys. Investing Future 2024 conference tickets will be still available. Early bird special. Just buy them. Come out. Let's meet up. Let's talk. Let's get your mind right. Let's get your finances right. Get you on the right path. All right, guys. I'm so glad you guys showed up. Thanks for the questions. I appreciate it. Next Sunday, 7 p.m. same time. I'll see you guys at the top. All right. Have a good night.